How you doing, guys? Chris at Dentless Touch, back again with another paintless dent repair video. This time around we have a 2016 Toyota Sienna. The dent is on the deck lid, and I am going to try my best to go over obviously some of the tools, the difficulties, and my approach on this repair, so stay tuned. So what makes this job so difficult is the modeling of the paint. What I mean by that is the way the metallic lays. If you push too hard or in the wrong spot, you will see a difference in the way the metallic actually lays. I believe a lot of painters have a problem with the way they spray. It's a technique. I think some painters actually require to paint in like a figure 8. So it's kind of the same problems that they have, we have. So we have to make our pushes very precise, as always, and you can't create that modeling. So a lot of times you'll probably see me look at the dent head on so I can make sure that I'm not creating any more damage or visually changing those molecules in a way that that metallic actually lays. So let's get started. So everything was taken off. There is some damage underneath. You can see the line where the trim piece that said Sienna. You can see that the damage actually goes below that. So I had to remove, there's the line kind of where the trim piece goes, and you can clearly see that the damage is underneath. So I removed that. I will not be using any of the access holes to get any leverage off this damage, but I just have it hanging because I do not want to disconnect everything because when I reset it may have an issue. So anyway, obviously the bigger issue of this repair is right in the dead center. Visually, this is something that the customer will see head on. So you got to make sure that this part of the damage is absolutely perfect. So that's going to be the challenge of this repair for sure. So a lot of crowns, obviously some lows. This is all easy work. Once you understand crown movement, how metal moves, that's fine. It's really this area right here that's going to create majority of the problems. All right, so quickly I want to go over kind of how I'm going to approach this repair. I'm going to pull here up first, possibly right on the very edge of each one of these repairs. Not too much. I just need to move the metal. I want to see how tight it is. And if that doesn't work, I will probably start attacking this crown after I move this area here, but mainly just lift this up. There is no crown at the top. There's a little small pinch, so I don't think I will have an issue moving right up against here. That's my method. Obviously, I'm going to use a lot of heat, and honestly, with this repair, you have to. I think a lot of times I'm not clear of how to approach because I'm simply trying to figure out how this metal moves. It's not high-strength steel. It's not aluminum, and in any one of those cases, I would attack that repair differently. And again, I have to actually stick the tool in the panel, see how the metal is reacting to my pushing, see where it's bound up at, and that will make my approach change. So a lot of times I cannot tell you at the beginning what I will actually do because I simply don't know. I always say the metal will tell you. So there you go. All right, wow, I just put the light on the damage and I can actually see all the damage in the paint. It's actually bubbling in the center. It creates a lot more complication with this repair. I'm gonna need to apply exact amount of heat, which I like about 150, to try to save and preserve this paint as much as I can. A lot of times you do not see the damage because it's inward, and as soon as you start to protrude it out and push from behind, you start to see where the impact of whatever hit it. I think a concrete pillar actually hit this, or a pole, because it did damage the bumper, and the bumper is about 4 inches from, or 5 inches from this particular panel when you look at it. So the bumper actually came in, split to both sides, and this impact was very, very strong and pronounced. So from there, Again, you're seeing it in the video, all that damage done to that paint. Hopefully you guys can pick up that. So this is gonna be a very, very challenging repair for me. So what I just built right there was something to leverage off of because it's kind of wide open and I feel like I'll have the best chances without any tool slippage. So I have the edgy hook. Sometimes I'm fooling with that, so I wanted to try this out. I don't know if it's better, but we'll see. But I basically put a dent dowel in some mounting locations, and I'll be leveraging off of the dent dowel this time instead of using the dent dowel as the pushing tool. So let's see how it works out. This is the Stanliner pirate hook, if anybody's interested. Very good tool. But I'm basically going to use this to leverage off of, kind of like this. Hopefully you guys can see that. I know it's focusing on my face, but that's the plan of attack. So if you can see it, I'm going to mount it here and then bring the tool in, and then I'll have ample leverage. I know some of you guys are going to think I am absolutely crazy, but let me be the crazy one so I can save you guys time. But if this works, you know, that's something that you guys can use if you have these tools. It's actually floating, it's not really touching, oddly enough. There's a nut on each side, so there is a little bit of a space between it. I'm so in love with you. You got me down again. after knocking down those crowns and blending and beating on this panel like a madman, I do have, or I have straightened out majority of the dent. It's just this sharp area now. There's a little crown here that you can kind of feel. Yeah, it's right there. So still have a lot more work, but the edge is up. You can probably see that. So everything is looking good. I'm very happy how it's turning out. The leverage, the Dental leverage tool that I've built is working great. It doesn't quite reach right here, but I can leverage off of it from a different angle and it's fine. But it reaches here perfectly. So can't wait to attack this again. I gotta watch myself because I don't want it to mottle the paint. So let's get started, guys. On to the bigger damage, which you guys are probably waiting for here. So let me show you the finished product, guys. Wait. Let's talk about the tools first. So I want to briefly go over the tools with you guys before I show you the finished repair. You can kind of see it in the background, but I used the Dent Dial 22 Heavy and a little Home Depot hardware kit to gain leverage on that dent. Also, my blending hammer of choice was the Dent Zone custom-made blending hammer. You guys asked a lot of questions about where do I get that hammer. It's Brian at Dent Zone. Reach out to him. He may make you one. I'm trying to persuade him. I used a little bit of Glexo glue in the beginning. You probably saw it didn't really pull much, but it gave me a better understanding of how that metal was moved. I used a combination of Stucky and Eliminate lights. Used the Get a Grip arm to hold my heat gun. And I don't think I need to go over the heat gun for you. It's just a standard Porter cable heat gun. Also, the tool, a little accessory that I used was the prop and lock from B&D Tools. That created that stability you see in
lid. So, and I think that is it. Oh, a double bend from Ultra Dent Tools, the 24-inch with the edgy kind of tip. So that's what I use. I didn't use any of the caps. I just used Tessa tape on that to push the majority of the dent up. That was pretty much it for that, for the tools that I use. Let me show you what it looks like.
Man, I'm trying to get the sun. Anyway, I want to show you guys what it looks like outside. This is not, nothing was done on the wet sanding. It was just all buffing. There is some holograms I need to take out. But anyway, let me show you this outside. I always think the outside is a whole lot better than underneath the light, but that's just me. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, you found it informative, please give it a thumbs up if you can. If you haven't already, oh man, the light. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.